So the first thing that we want to consider is how normal and how natural and how beautiful love is. Is that within us something that desires the sense of wholeness, the sense of completeness, the sense of security. We all want to love and we want to be loved. That is just as natural as the desire to breathe. It is as natural as the desire to eat. We want this feeling. There's something there that we know is there, and we want to capture that. And the way that we are drawn to capture that is we are drawn into loving relationships. We are drawn into the embrace of another. We are drawn into the soul of another. We are drawn into their heart, and they are drawn into ours. See, and this is kind of a natural thing that we are seeking. There is something that we know that we are a part of, something so much bigger than ourselves. And somehow we want to find where we plug into that, like a jigsaw puzzle. Where do we go? Where do we fit? And the thing that leads us to it is love. Dr. Holmes tells us we can stand in the presence of the sunrise or the sunset, or we can look at the majesty of the mountains. And we won't be belittled by them, but we can stand in awe and recognize that we are a part of their bigness. We are a part of their majesty. We are a part of their greatness. When we experience love, we experience our part of that greatness. So what we want to remember then is that there is within us, each and every one of us, this desire to feel part of that wholeness, part of that which we know is there, which is greater than we are. And in order to do that, the way that we do that is through love. This concept of God, of spirit, of divine, is too big for the human mind to grasp. We can't grasp it all at once. We can grasp bits and pieces of it, but we can't seem to grasp it all at once. We cannot, for example, truly understand eternity. Everything that we know has beginning, has middle, has end. Even our lives have beginning, have middle, have end. We know that. And yet we understand that there is that which has no beginning and has no end. Intellectually, we understand that possibility. But the experience of it is elusive to us. It's ineffable. We understand that there's this divine presence in the universe that is complete and unconditional love. But we find it difficult as human beings to love that which we can't see, to experience love in that which is not tangible, that we can't touch, that we can't feel, that we can't smell. And for this reason, if you look at religions, this is why in religions there typically has to be some type of a figure, a godhead, a savior, a saint, a personality, a human being, an old man in the sky, or a goddess, whichever the case is. But there has to be some kind of a tangible object that the human mind can gaze upon and can express its feelings toward, and feel that particular object or deity loves them back. And what this means is that this concept of divine love, this concept of God as the ultimate lover of the universe, that which feels connected to each and every one of us, to each and every part of its creation, we want to experience that, but we don't know how to experience that without something tangible, something physical, something in our presence. So the people who are in our lives, the people whom we love, whether they be our significant others, our family, our friends, our children, they are kind of like the proxies, if you will. They allow us to have the experience of God's love in some personal way, in some tangible way. Dr. Holmes says we make a riddle out of simplicity. We make God too hard to find. God is right here where we are. But we tend to think, well, God must be out there far away somewhere. And he says that the mother who holds the child in her arms knows God's love. We know that experience when we hold our beloved in our arms, when we pick up our children. Maybe you can remember when you were a small child. I still have memories of when I was little, of my grandparents holding me in the rocking chair, rocking me to sleep when it was nap time. I have that feeling of warmth. I have that feeling of love. I have that feeling of safety and security. All they wanted to do at that moment was to just be with me and comfort me. And then I remember growing, and Lori and I having our own children, and having the opportunity to sit in a rocking chair and put a baby up on my shoulder and pat its back and return that love. See, and in that manner, in that very real, in that very personal, in that very tangible way, we get to experience the love that may seem too abstract from us, too abstract for us, when we think about God, which is invisible energy everywhere present. And what we have to remember is that invisible energy that is everywhere present is taking form in some particular way in that which we call time and space. And it is taking form, and it is taking on experience as us, as all of its creation. See, we don't think that there's a God far out there and there's creation far over here, and the two are separate, one from the other, but rather the warmth and the love and the presence and the feeling of God is in all of its creation. As I said in the opening treatment, how can things that can't even talk to one another work together? Yet our body knows exactly what to do with the food that we eat, knows exactly how to digest it, knows exactly how to turn it into muscle or bone. And how could it do that if we weren't part of each other, if we didn't come from the same place, if there wasn't a common intelligence that allowed this to happen, the chemical structure of the bodies, the chemical structure of the food? There is this presence that is there already, that is guiding us, that is guarding us, but it is taking its experience as us. So we never want to forget that. It is taking its experience as us, as those whom we love, as each and every person present in this world, as each and everyone who has ever been here, as each and everyone who will ever be here. Each and every one is the love of God taking a tangible form.